Quarterfinals are here. Another loaded Prep Sports Extra is upon us. In Class 6A last night, Maple Grove and Minnetonka punched their tickets to the semifinals. Who joins them tonight? Let's find out. Julia, what do you have for us?
Will in Class 4A, Totino Grace able to stay undefeated with the win. Highlights ahead of that one. Plus, we're talking love letters. All that and more right now on Prep Sports Extra.
My name's Anthony Starks, the quarterback at De La Salle, and the Prep Sports Extra starts now.
Hi again, everybody. Welcome to Prep Sports Extra. Alongside Julia Daniels, I'm Will Hall. State tournament kicking off this week. Let's punch some more tickets to U.S. Bank Stadium.
Yeah, Will, tonight our spotlight game is in Class 6A as Lakeville North took on Anoka, going for a shot at Minnetonka next week in Minneapolis. Roll the tape. This one over at Farmington, but no lack of support at the neutral site. Must have been ski resort themed, I think. All right, to the actual highlights. Fourth quarter, the score's 10-7 Lakeville North. Peyton Podany looks and throws it right to Tony Johnson for Panther ball, but you know what? They're not going to do anything with it, and Podany's got another shot. He finds Trey Borchers, and he's tackled out of bounds at the 11. Then on fourth down.
Fourth down here.
Podany again, this time he's taken down. And as he's tackled, decides to launch it, finds Afi Ibekwe in the end zone for a tornado lead. North tries to rally, but the final of this one is 14-10. Anoka is headed to the bank for the state semifinals to face the Skippers.
Wow, what a game, what a finish on that fourth down play. All right, Mounds View and Shakopee in another 6A quarterfinal. We pick things up in the first. Sabres strike first. This is Judah Forsberg. No relation to Avalanche legend Peter on the keeper. 75-yard scamper. Shakopee up 7-zip. We move to the third. Mustangs put together a rally. Jacob Sanson gets the edge for the score, 17-7. Later in the third, Sampson to the air here to Godson, Rufus, Okum Hanru. I hope I got that right. 46-yard touchdown pass. It was a 3-point game, but the Sabres would respond. TJ Clark puts it on ice with the 6-yard score. Shakopee heading to the bank.
All right, Sabres. All right, let's go back to last night in Class 6A. Undefeated Maple Grove taking on Edina over at Park Center. Crimson go to one of their stars early. It's Chuck Langama, of course. First TD of the night to put Maple Grove up 7-0. Fast forward, Caden Harney looks and finds Oliver Walseth. 29-yard touchdown pass to give the Crimson a 2-score lead. It's 14-0. The toss to, of course, Chuck. He does what he does best. Finds that near sideline. Jets are on, fields wide open, and they are at the 1. They score immediately following, and the Crimson are rolling at 21-0. The final of this one, 42-12.
Wow.
Maple Grove is a machine. They are headed to the state semis.
Crimson still undefeated. All right, another 6A quarterfinal last night. Blaine taking on Minnetonka. Skippers up 21-zip at halftime. They were hungry on the first drive coming out of the break. Heavy dose of Chase Conrad, the bell cow for a gain of 20. Later in this drive, Conrad caps it off. He finished with 164 yards, 2 scores. Minnetonka on to the semifinals.
All right, another Thursday night matchup. Totino Grace and Hill Murray in the 4A quarterfinals. Pick things up in the second quarter. Silberg finds a break. He takes it 48 yards, and he's down at the 7. That sets up 7 must be their lucky number here. A 7-yard touchdown run for Markel Keaton to put Totino Grace up 7-0. They go on to shut this one out 24-0. The final.
Staying in Class 4A, Marshall taking on Byron in another quarterfinal. Pick things up in the second. Marshall strikes first here. Levi Mayer finds Jack Meyer on the screen pass. Big Jack does the rest for the 39-yard touchdown pass. We move to the third, still 7-zip. Time to add on. It's Mason Eichhoff up the gut for the rushing score. Marshall rolling on to the semifinals.
Still alive. All right, in Class 2A, Triton taking on Chatfield. Cobras trailing 16-14 in the fourth quarter when Pierce Peterson finds Garrett Jensen for the score. 2-point conversion makes it 22-16 Triton, but the undefeated Gophers come back. Carson Rowland right here ties things up at 22 at the QB sneak. Extra point makes it 23-22 Chatfield. Triton driving in the game's final moments when it's Tobin McMahon. the game-sealing interception for Chatfield. Gophers win a thriller.
Wow.
23-22 was the final.
How about that? What a grab right there. 2A quarterfinal tonight between Jackson County Central and Norwood Young America. Both teams undefeated. Very first play of the game. Roman Voss showing why he's one of the top recruits for the class of 2026. I kind of got scared. I got scared. I bailed early. I'm sorry. 73-yard touchdown run. Now, Voss would leave the game shortly after with a lower body injury. He would not return, but Jackson County Central wouldn't miss a beat. They roll tonight, 34-7, the final.
Wow, I got some mileage in. All right, Deer River and Monoman Waban facing off at Becker tonight in Class 1A. The quarterfinals pick things up in the first quarter. Thunderbirds strike first. They're marching. Number 1 Easton Bevins takes it in. They decide to go for the 2-point conversion, and you know what? Well, it's good. It's 8-0. Deer River responds on the very next drive. Caden Jenkin, I'm hoping I said that right. Quarterback keeper. They also go for 2, but it's not good. 8-6, the final of this one. 14-6, Thunderbirds. Moving on.
Hot Highlights is sponsored by Truestone Financial.
Congrats to Jaden Meister from Marshall for being this week's Hot Highlights winner. One of the plays of the year, Juju.
Yeah, well, just an incredible interception here by Marshall. This was sent to me by one of my friends that I used to live in an apartment building with, and she was like, you got to look at this. Not sure we'll find a better play this year. Look at that one-handed.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
The slow-mo on this. All right, we just have to watch this one more time because it's like it's almost like a reenactment of the OBJ, except it's an interception.
Oh, my goodness
and they say corners can't catch. All right, we'll still have one more week of Hot Highlights that will be revealed on Monday at 6.
Oh, shout out to your friend, by the way.
Yeah.
Coming up clutch. All right, coming up after the break, football and love letters? I'll explain.
All right, please do, Will. That's after the break.
Hi, my name is Jacob Sampson. I'm a quarterback from Mountain View High School, and you're watching Prep Sports Extra.
All right, time for some fun. This was yours truly 16 years ago. 240 pounds of straight beef and cheese, playing guard and linebacker for the Waukee Warriors. Shout out to the Warriors, by the way. My pregame tradition always included putting on eye black. Whether it be eye black or a certain song or pregame meal, football players and coaches can have some unique superstitions and routines. For one local coach, game day is all about love. As the leaves turn along the banks of the Rum River,
I love it all. I love the grind. I love the hard work.
Another Friday night arrives in Cambridge.
There's nothing like Friday Night Lights.
Hey, let's go GVD!
Watching the boys play, watching my husband coach, it's the best.
In a sport defined by physicality and toughness,
Football is the perfect metaphor for life. You do have to be tough.
it's the love and the letters that keeps Ben and Aminta Geisler tethered to the sidelines and bleachers.
I met with my coaches and said, you guys, we need to bring some traditions.
11 years as a married couple, the Geislers share a unique Friday tradition in the fall.
So I wrote her just a note, I think. I don't know if it was very long.
Over the last 11 seasons, every Friday,
Had one of my managers run it up to her up in the stands before the game.
no matter what season of life,
We have letters from a week we miscarried and lost a baby, but she still had to coach. We had letters from a week I was really sick and in the hospital, and he still had to coach. We have letters from when our big kids were going through really hard stuff, and you still had to coach.
as sure as a kickoff under the lights, the Blue Jackets head coach puts pen to paper
All right.
to remind his greatest teammate
Well, here we go. First homecoming game as a Blue Jacket.
of his love and gratitude.
It's hard to be a coach's wife sometimes. Football is super consuming. It's fun to get that letter before every game and know that's coming. That's like the highlight of my week.
Sacrifice and love,
I've never been more in love with you, and I'm excited to be your husband, Coach Ben.
a combo that always wins on a scoreboard, no matter the opponent.
I'm honored to call you my wife. I'm honored to call you my friend. Mostly, I'm blessed to do life with you. Love you, Mint, Coach Ben.
All right, let's catch you.
Sweet, Will.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that was fun. That was fun. Let's catch you up to date on some scores from around the state in this quarterfinal round. Becker takes care of business. They're on to the semifinals. Orono takes down Hermantown. They're headed to the bank as well.
And tonight we've got the Class 3A Albany and Fergus Falls. Albany taking that one by a point, 28-27.
Thriller right there. Dipping down to Class 2A, Kimball takes care of business, and Staples Motley hangs on in a thriller as well. That's going to do it for the quarterfinal round. Actually, we're going to have some highlights for you tomorrow night. We'll also see you same time, same place next Friday, breaking down all the semifinal action.